A trip on Auto Train begins by lining up. We're on Persimmon Avenue at the Sanford Auto Train Terminal. The sign said, "Do not stop on tracks," but I wanted to get a shot of that B32-8 switcher. I still get a kick out of GE wide cabs and Amtrak paint. In Lorton, the Virginia end of the Auto Train run, you drive up through an attractive landscaped entrance, not seeing much of the operation. Sanford has a nice landscaped entrance too, but it's right in the middle of the train yard. Switching going on to your right, car prep to your left. You can arrive anytime between 11:30 and 2:30. We're getting in at 1:20, and that's just about right. Any earlier and you're in for a lot of sitting around. We dropped off the expedition, grabbed our overnight bags, and came on in. The waiting room was full, but the train wasn't. Liz was working on her social media stuff, so I slipped out on the platform to watch the train assembly. 2 locomotives are standard on Auto Train, not only for backup, but also for hotel power. There are lots of coaches, 2 cafe cars, a diner, and lots of sleeping cars, all electrically powered. Superliner cars have the brake indicators. Yellow tells the engineer that the brakes are applied on that car. Green, they're released. He can see these from his rearview mirror. Auto Train is nearly always on time, and so it is today. Just after 4 and we're out of Sanford on the CSXA line to Lorton, VA. First river crossing is a couple of miles north of the terminal, Lake Monroe on the St. Johns River. We'll cross the St. Johns or its tributaries twice more before we leave Florida. The view out of the Superliner window, alas, is mostly woods. They're nice woods, but they're woods. I think I missed the second river crossing at Buffalo Bluffs, but caught the third one here at Rice Creek. I got the smokestack of the big Seminole Power Station at Palatka. This is where those giant DPU coal trains come in, several of them every week. Pacing US 17 coming into Jacksonville. Slowing for the Ortega River. When the Atlantic coastline put in the Scherzer rolling lift drawbridge across this waterway, it was called McGirt's Creek. But Jacksonville business leaders aiming to develop an upscale residence community away from all the smokestacks downtown renamed it Ortega River. Guess which name the railroad still uses. Now we're coming upon an area that doesn't look like much to the average traveler, but to me, it's Mecca for Jacksonville rail fanning. The crossing at Dennis Street, the hairpin curve into Duke's Crossing, Seminole Connection, Honeymoon Y, all elements of the plant known as Beaver Street Tower. At one point in history, nearly everything on Jacksonville rails had to pass this compact junction. 5 railroads came through here: Seaboard, ACL, FEC, the Southern, and the Jacksonville Terminal Company. Right about where that bungalow stands now is where Beaver Street Tower stood. While passing the Jacksonville Amtrak station, the diner called us for dinner, and by the time we finished, it would be dark, and that ended my shooting on the first leg of our trip. Next stop, Lorton, Virginia, sightseeing around Washington and on to Baltimore. But for now, at milepost A639.2, this is Danny Harmon, out.